Episode 9 is set to introduce tons of twists and turns, as well as surprises for this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I will say that one thing that I'm personally really looking forward to seeing in this movie is exactly what J.J. Abrams is going to do in order to really change our perception on many different aspects of Star Wars as a whole, as a franchise and within the Skywalker saga itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with pieces of one of the plot twists in this movie that is said to shock a lot of fans once they go ahead and see the film come this December of 2019. Now, what's really intriguing is that it's described that J.J. Abrams plans to implement a plot twist in the film that will have to do with an original idea by George Lucas. It's said that one of the twists will involve the Wills and how they have an impact on the Skywalker saga from start to finish. It's described that the Skywalker bloodline will also be a part of the twist and how fans see the Skywalker family tree. It's described as a twist that will truly shock fans as the audience will learn more truths about the Skywalker bloodline and the Wills' role in the galaxy and in the Skywalker saga. It's also said that one of the sets had a practical effect animatronic that looked very similar to the Wills from the Clone Wars. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this that are truly getting me very excited about this movie and how it's going to stay true to one of the ideas by George Lucas, the original creator of this massive franchise that was developed back in 1977. So in case you guys have no idea what the Wills really are, they are these godlike beings. They are basically these deities that live among the stars and look down upon the universe. And you guys may have seen them in the Clone Wars when Yoda interacted with the Wills and they pretty much guide him to do certain acts in the actual series. So what's really intriguing to me is that one of the plot twists in this movie is actually described to shock a lot of fans around the world by actually making us understand the actual Skywalker family tree a whole lot more and more revelations about the bloodline of the Skywalkers and the Wills' role in the galaxy, not to mention one of the animatronic puppets in Episode 9 actually being a part of Episode 9 itself. So with that being said, alright, if we look at J.J. Abrams as a whole, we do know that he loves to implement a lot of animatronics and practical effects and puppets, and one of which is, of course, of the Wills, a very similar one to that of the one that we saw in, of course, the Clone Wars. So, with a plot twist coming into this movie that's going to change our view on the Skywalker saga, I think that's rather impressive. I think it's very ambitious for J.J. Abrams, and rather, a big move for him to do such a big risk in this movie. We do know that this movie is going to have saga-wide implications. Even Richard E. Grant himself has said before, just a couple of days ago, that there are earth-shaking twists in this movie that fans will actually be truly satisfied with, and it will be well worth the wait. And I think that coming out of Richard E. Grant, that's actually, rather impressive. I'm really very excited to see exactly what the full picture is going to be here, what the big picture is going to be in Episode 9. So when we look at everything when it comes to the Skywalker bloodline, how we're going to understand more about this, what does this necessarily mean? The fact that the Skywalker bloodline and the family tree will be better understood in this film. Now, this could have something to do with letting us know exactly how the Skywalker family started from the very beginning. Could this have to do with Palpatine quite possibly being revealed as Anakin's father in a sense? Because one of the Darth Vader comics gave us a major hint about Palpatine actually initiating the birth of Anakin Skywalker through Shmi. I don't know if you guys read that comic, but there's a little still where you do see Palpatine behind Shmi Skywalker with his hands, pretty much, activating something within Shmi Skywalker, pretty much creating Anakin Skywalker within her. And if that actually does come into fruition in live action, where it's actually said through either the Wills or Luke Skywalker or one of the major characters in this movie, that'll make us view the Skywalker bloodline in a totally different way for sure, and how it could very well be connected to Palpatine himself. So as far as everything else goes, guys, I gotta say, J.J. Abrams really seems like he's going all out with this movie. It also seems as though that he really wants to implement a lot of canon material into the film that's really going to connect to the novels, the books, and the comics, because he wants to draw in fans of all different mediums of the Star Wars franchise, whether you're into games, movies, animated TV series, books, novels, comics, you name it. Everybody is going to actually be drawn to this movie, apparently. That's how much is going to be inserted into this film. Whether or not that's a bad or a good idea all depends on how it's executed and how well it's done, and if the actual plot twists in this movie, since there will be multiple ones, will actually have great payoff by the end of the film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.